As coronavirus cases continue to surge, former Army Chief General Ved Prakash Malik has now raised concerns over the frightening rise of Covid-19. In a tweet, Malik said that more people are now dying in India every day than the casualties the country recorded during the Kargil War, which went on for about 2 months. India Today's Shiv Aroor spoke exclusively to the former Army Chief Malik. Here's what he had to say.
Joining me now is General VP Malik, former Chief of the Army Staff. He was India's Army Chief during the Kargil War as well. And as you know, while this entire COVID crisis is intensifying, getting worse and worse, General Malik earlier today put out a very evocative tweet, that has been receiving a huge amount of attention and a lot of responses. And it has resonated with, many people all across the country. General Malik, welcome. Your tweet likens this current COVID crisis to a war, in a very sobering manner. You've noted, General Malik, how, just the deaths in one day in India in this COVID crisis are nearly 3 times the total deaths during the Kargil War, which is an extremely, unsettling statistic in comparison that you've put out. And you've also, expressed your apprehensions over how there are election rallies, no real focus on resources, the farmer protests, and many other things, instead of a focused sort of attack, a warlike attack, like you said, that needs to be done on the COVID crisis. Tell us about your thoughts, sir, because this was a very, very evocative tweet.
Shiv, it is sad to see the rising number of people who are losing lives due to pandemic, and we see them day after day in social media as well as on TV channels. And it is a trauma for anyone who loses his kids and kin, our friends, our colleagues. And pandemics are considered a national security issue, a human security issue these days, all over the world. And we are in a warlike situation. We need a holistic, whole of the government approach, every citizen approach to be able to handle this kind of calamity that we are facing these days. And unfortunately, what we are seeing are huge contradictions. On one hand, we are asking people to keep social distance, and also we are also having curfews and lockdowns, and so many activities have been stopped. And on the other hand, you see this other contradiction of huge rallies, election rallies. You have these melas, and you have these agitations still going on. So there is a huge contradiction, and people I do not know really what do we do under these circumstances. In fact, it is showing lack of seriousness amongst the people, amongst the policymakers, and those who are responsible for implementation of those policies. You see people, political fight going on the resources, which obviously are lacking today, as we can make out from all the tweets and the TV channels, what they are saying. So I thought of putting it up both as a wake-up call, as well as an appeal to all citizens, and also the state governments and the central government.
General Malik, as a military man, from the army ethos, which is used to, clear-cut decisions, clearly defined objectives, a great degree of clockwork and coordination between different departments that makes execution, far sharper than in the civil sphere. What is your perspective? You sound very disturbed by this kind of chaos that you see, all the contradictions that you named. One of the most visible has been, the political rallies that have been happening in election-bound states. How does that make you feel? The crowd worship that takes place in different parts of the country across states. Tell us a little bit more about how the military man in you feels about these obvious contradictions, sir.
No, obviously, I have mentioned these rallies and the melas and the agitations, but these are contradictions. I mean, they should not be happening. On one hand, we are telling the people to have to wear face masks, social distancing, curfews, lockdown, etc. And on the other hand, we are carrying out. And these are not sending the right message. Now, we are in a warlike situation. And in a warlike situation, one would expect that there is a proper approach, a proper strategy, which has to be followed to be able to combat this kind of calamity that we are facing today. And I'm sorry to say, but I don't really see that happening. And that is why I mentioned, as I said, you require a whole of the government as well as every citizen approach. Now, are we making that kind of policy for everybody to follow? So that is what made me, write that tweet.
Do you think the many political competing interests, not just political, but otherwise as well, the competing interests that are there right now, the urge and impulse to score brownie points is perhaps keeping India from working in one united kind of war effort against COVID? This is, of course, in addition to, the many lapses that may have already happened, at various government, policymakers and citizen levels, General.
Look, mistakes do occur, but obviously this is not the first time we are facing this. We have a lot of experience of last year, and despite all that experience, this kind of things happening, the situation that we are facing today, we are ignoring so many known facts, which are lessons of the last year. So that is what makes me feel sad. And I'm not talking of political competition; those are okay. But when you are facing a calamity like this, which as I said is a warlike situation, in that case, you have to postpone some of your activities. You can't afford to see all the good work that you are seeing one day, it all getting utilized the next day. Now, look at the number of people who are losing lives, and I don't know how many are going to lose lives after the kind of rallies that we are seeing, political rallies or the faith rallies or the agitation. So, I thought, let me just speak what I'm feeling today.
I certainly hope, I know for a fact that your words have resonated on social media and beyond, General Malik. Your words are taken seriously. You're a wartime general. And the very fact that someone like you has put it in numbers is something that has unsettled many. I've spoken to many. One was aware of the death toll in Kargil, but for the army chief during Kargil to actually put it like that, I certainly hope will be a wake-up call for many. Certainly the government, certainly the citizenry, certainly all of the competing interests out there. The war is not lost. It's a very bad situation, but I hope the war effort can be consolidated and united going forward. Your voice is very important, and that's why we wanted you here on India Today. Thank you, General VP Malik, for speaking to us.
Shiv, I have said that, but I am also optimistic, provided we follow the right strategy, the approach to this, and become more serious than we seem to be today. And I am sure that us as a great nation will get over this calamity also. But I think we need to have the right approach to be able to handle this. Thank you, Shiv.
I certainly hope so. Thank you, General. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.